feel free when I'm making music. But at the same time, this shit got me chained up.
Joe boy.
There's no relief from these demons that I've been fighting with. No popping pills, no drinking, and I ain't lighting shit. Sober-minded, dark road to enlightenment. Trying to free myself from Satan, but his grip is tightening, yeah. Don't want fame, and I fear being idolized. Anxiety disorder from the things that left me traumatized. Still carry guilt from all the times I made my mama cry. Visions of me in the grave and tears in my mama's eyes, Lord, save me from these thoughts that I've been having lately. Having trouble laughing lately, thinking about my dad is crazy. The man with the biggest heart I knew took his own life, Helped everybody with theirs, but lost his own fight. This world's cold, grab the ones you love and bundle up. We must go below before we reach the one above. There is something so beautiful in the ugly truth. To whom much is given, there is much to lose. I'm confused, have I been gifted or cursed? All this pain that I have to live with, it hurts. Since a child, I always felt emotion so intensely. The same truths I choose to give is what they hold against me. Against me, against me, against me, against me, against me, against me.
Yeah. Every studio session, it felt like the heat on. Came from lunch tables, ball fists, and an open palm to make a beat. Tried to stay discreet, but I couldn't conceal it, no Maybelline. Cause my pain would leak through the ink on every page I reach. 50 Cent said, get rich and die trying. The locks were energized, and DMX brought out my inner giant. I'd be lying if I say you knew cats were inspiring. Now I'm Leonidas, and you guys were ghostwriters. Hold the pen till I get arthritis. Lyrically arthritis. Made sacrifices, pulling them all-nighters. Labels putting stats over talent. You couldn't check me like Nike. Better find yourself a new balance. Look, boy, we build different. Forget your algorithms. They only swell in your head to let you die from an aneurysm. Man on a mission, you lack ambition. What happened to musicians with wisdom? I guess the passion went missing. Now it's Gucci this and Louis that. Louis this and Gucci that. Bought the coat that had to match. Blah, blah, blah. Speak up, you're mumbling. Whoever gave your publish any punishment is disgusting. I'm annoyed at the fact you guys even employed. I destroy with one verse, no rehearsal. Be careful. Walk on eggshells and get yoked up. You got a couple dollars, so what? Your float's up. We don't care about the cars you tinted. The millions that you spending. The house that you living in when your jewelry is.
I'm the living proof, ain't no doubt about it. This shit absolute, I can't cry about it. None of this shit cute. Nah, I'm lying, I do execute, I electrocute. How you fly without a parachute? Twin nines, double barrel, that's a pair to shoot. I'm prepared to shoot. Fly to France for a parachute and a pair of shoes. Niggas fishy, call them barracuda. I'm from Soldier Field for real, I know how a bear should move. Bitches playing games, niggas saying names. Man, these goofy ass lanes want fame more than games. Bougie women want my vision cause it's Gucci on my frame. Truthfully, way more than coochie on my brain, man. I'm trying to get away with murder, with murder, with yeah, with murder, with murder. I'm trying to get away with murder, with murder, with yeah, with murder, with murder. Banging 7 gram rock. Banging 7 gram rock.
We back. It's that old sound. It's that Charlie Sheen. It's that keep it dirty. It's that Medellin. Yeah.
Banging 7 gram rock.
See, that's that Medellin. It's that keep it dirty. It's that Medellin. A lot of confident people brag about 3 ways, then double back depending on Instagram. He says, she says. The smart realizing that all these flexes are part of team plays. The road they on is fully controlled. There ain't no freeways. This here is prepaid. Joe, know you D-Trey. Or sit in DK. Conditions for this relay. Most of your favorite rappers pay for plays up on these airwaves. Funded by labels, streets, or side hustles until it's feast day. Belly of the beast state. You be to get eaten, follow suit. If you ain't getting shot, then you gotta shoot. Can't leave your block, get caught up. Get got right outside your stoop. You build an army, but find out there's some enemies. You recruit back and forth with yourself. Like Biggie, give me the loot. Same difference, like when Yachty mistaken. Squid was fruit, eggs, bacon. Side of steak in a glass of processed juice. 99% of each of your problems point to you. It's that old sound. It's that Charlie Sheen. It's that keep it dirty. It's that Medellin. Yeah. It's that Charlie Sheen. It's that Medellin. Yo, these other cooks trying to emulate my crew.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are tapped in right now, we are back in the countdown and stuff like that or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Consider us, you know, just started or whatnot. If you haven't already, you can send your music to my email. It's ThatDorkyReviewShow@gmail.com. We play independent artists, producers, and bands across the globe. So get your stuff in and, you know.
I'm from a place of no light where only darkness grows, where I snatch heartless souls from the carcass bones. We came to earth to kill humans, deliver the hardest blows. The type of shit they put in myth or in a Spartan poem. The king of darkness on the throne, made of tarnished gold, flawless rolls decorated from the heads of all his foes. A sharpened post to lead the way to most of sharks below. I don't got a heart or soul, I got a bar with yo's. Martyrs fold, I treat a soldier like a garden gnome. You harmless trolls in the way of something to marching for. The demons back on my call, I'm dressed in shaman robes. Flowers die in my presence, my touch is arctic cold. The Beatles snuff it, refer to me as the Reaper's cousin. If you facing me to Armageddon, that's the repercussions. I'm marshmallow shed of concrete, my feet are touching. To see eye to eye, you gotta grow 100 feet or something. What's my motherfucking name? Never repeat it. Baba Yaga, Baba Yaga, the boogeyman. Put your hands up for the boogeyman. It's the Baba Yaga, Baba Yaga.
Hey, do it again.
What's my motherfucking name? Never repeat it. Baba Yaga, Baba Yaga, the boogeyman. Put your hands up for the boogeyman. It's the Baba Yaga, Baba Yaga.
Yeah, Donnie and the Beat Chef. Sosa back in town. What up, son?
Donnie, what up?
Pardon us, we've been away for a moment, but we back. Respect for respect, respond and connect. We on deck to wreck a record for the people, so excuse me for a moment, if you will.
Yo. It goes one by one, step by step. Number 2, flexecutioner, you check my rep. As I sidestep, fly to death, you report to IRS. When it comes to lyrics, mine are best, you should try to rest. Woke up kinda blessed with a pint of cess. Had the finest sex, then I laughed at the sight of death. I might object, I'ma resurrect the innovative styles that disintegrated. Well, you pretend you made it. I fucking really hate it that you affiliated with any greats. Coming late, it's kinda silly, ain't it? A part of me, wait, a part of me back. Hit you in the jugular right where your arteries at. This is sodomy rap, cause I'm raping all the tape decks. Fuck a prophylactic, I don't believe in safe sex. I can see the greatness, Donnie and the Beat Chef. So man, quick to drop a body on the beat. Bless.
Pardon me back, pardon me back, pardon me back, yo. And watch Sosa do his thing, yo. Pardon me back, pardon me back, pardon me back, yo. And watch Donnie do his thing. I spit fire at the jam cause I'm the man. The sample out of hand cause Austin sacrificed the land. I cop a gram of 454 to be exact. I roll a batter from the sack, slapping jacks with my homies cause we all ill. Watch you climbing to the top, catch you when you fall still, we all here. I get pulled over and got weed up on my person. Tell them my glaucoma got me blind like the curtain. Scoreboard reading that I'm still up, star like Phillip. Take more chances than Chauncey Billup. The real be all real, he up at dawn with the young. Ready to get it on now. I don't trust in call, man, I don't trust in luck. You bought yourself a shirt that said you don't give a fuck. Try to believe it, while fixing your weave and your cleavage. You look fine before, girl, just leave it, leave it, leave it, leave it.
Yeah, I know what it is, man. We got about 1 minute and 34 seconds till we officially get started. All genres are accepted, believe it or freaking not or whatnot. If you are in a genre of I make music, man, you know, send that to the show. Try not to rap to any industry beats, but if you do, be good. I'm just kidding. No, yeah, be good. But also like remix the beat in some way.
Look, I was getting high and I crash landed on Jupiter. Tried to fuck your sister, she wanted to watch a movie first. Doctor said I'm sick, so I tried to order a newer nurse. The game need change like the bottom of a Gucci purse. Moonwalk through hell and I'm square dancing with Lucifer. Bitches wanna measure my dick, then swallow the ruler first. My bitch says she don't care, but her heart is big as the universe. Flow is fucking frozen, it's making the water coolers burst. Crash landed on everything, a state of emergency. Do this type of rap for the niggas who never heard of me. Niggas hate Hakuna Matata, they never worry, never. Suited for every situation, I'm Ron Burgundy. Rappers wearing dresses, you niggas really concerning me. Tom Hanks from Big, you niggas is trying to 30 me. Brought your bitch a strawberry Slurpee, she started slurping me. I died and came back and I tried to jump in the hearse with me. I'm so phenomenal, I was the GOAT like a fucking long time ago. Diving all on them, I'm saying Geronimo. Laughing at niggas, they comical, I'm so abominable. Knocking them down like a domino. She called me bae like my name was Guantanamo. I get the bread in the pussy and vominos. I make sure all of our business are conjugal, yeah.
I'm nothing to fool with. Go jump in the pool pit. I'm Martin Lawrence, I got nothing to lose, bitch. Beat your head with a pool stick. Man, all of you niggas is squares are Rubik's. Man, you niggas is clueless. They talk a good game, but they never do shit. Put that on your to-do list.
You're jamming with the hottest disc jockey. The DJ Dork Genius.
Be sure to send your music and beats over to ThatDorkyReviewShow at gmail.com.
Autobots, share the stream.
It's 2 in the morning, fell asleep and I'm yawning, waking up on the lawn, I'm seeing blue and orange. People follow me to school and copy me until I stopped and put my music on. I'm just crawling like a zombie, knowing I'm a Nazi, probably in his uniform. Born identity, homie, you've been warned. My brain is soaring like a unicorn.
Alright, so shout out to everybody freaking tapped in. If you are tapped in pretty much, you know what I'm saying, for the first time, pretty much we are a live music reaction and review show for independent artists and producers around the globe. We are pretty much streaming on all platforms at the same time. Shout out to everybody on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button, tagging artists, and if you have music, again, send it to our email. It's ThatDorkyReviewShow at gmail.com. Completely free to submit to our show, and you only pay if you want to get played quicker or get more than one of your records played in a back-to-back fashion.
Yo, Dork Squad, this is Rick Sanchez telling you to donate 10 flurbles to Cash App $ pay a dork to get your song played fast as shit.
Yo, Nonsense and Sir Mike, this song's gonna burn like some hot sauce from hot ones in your eyes. Birdman will talk to an actual bird like I'm gonna chew through this beat like a termite. Don't make me put you where actual worms lie. Don't like my old shit, I'm thinking you were high. Like me when I'm looking down at a bird's eye view. When I'm cool, better act like you surprised. Head to McDonald's, I'm about to steal your fries.
Alright, let's go ahead and basically continue and go in. I mean, just any last bits of information, we're just, you know, make sure that you guys make sure that you send nothing that is on the radio. So don't send us Drake, Kendrick, DMX, Jay-Z, Nicki Minaj, you know what I'm saying? We all love them artists. But this show and most shows like mine, you know what I'm saying? Primarily, it's better for us to play independent music so that we don't get cut, blocked, or flagged during you know, the playing of the record and stuff like that, right? Often, like, again, I'm streaming on YouTube and stuff like that, so if everything goes fine, we'll be able to you know, have the whole stream saved to that platform for you guys to rewatch it later. But again, if any records you know, kind of affect everything, you know, everybody gets it over. But we're back in the free line. We got Jig Jennings up first with Certified Crash Out. Rate this in the chat right now.
I had some issues growing up, I don't give a fuck, and this shit made me a man. They say I changed up, I got my change up, now my life will never be the same. White T and J, keep it plain Jane. AP on my bezel, Johnny Dane chain. TK on my digital, live vibe beneficial. Bitch, everybody credentials, we are not the same. I'm blowing gag, going fad, do the dead dash on the street. She acting bad, make her dead mad, better what she do it on the dick. I been in my bad, bitch, bad. Social distance, give me 6 feet. Dope in the mag, get your toe tag. I'm a crash on me. I'm on the flash out, make a scene. No wheeling that hash out, get greasy. I throw a frag out, get you dragged out. You get smacked out by the team. I'm on the mash out, flee the scene. Put you on the t-shirt, make a mean. Hacking your cash out for a scheme. I get in your bank account, you can't redeem it. I done went viral, couple million streams. I got in position, pulled a couple strings. I blow her back out, if she act out, she get cashed out like a sling. Bitch, I got cash, she my G, fucking up the thread, busting out the scene. I'm like a spread brother at the wing. No Curry and Clay, call me Draymond Green. Bitch, I got glad bags in the knapsack, in the backpack full of thread. I'm Billy badass in the scat pack. I'ma gap his ass if he lay. I'm having flashbacks from the pad, sipping cognac in the lay. I'm making bad with this Mac, better fall back or get wet. I had some issues growing up, I don't give a fuck, fucking this shit made me a man. They say I changed up, I got my change up. Now my life will never be the same. White T and J, keep it plain Jane. AP on my bezel, Johnny Dane chain. TK on my digital, live I beneficial. Bitch, ain't my credentials, we are not the same. I'm blowing gag, going fad, do the dad dash on the street. She acting bad, make a dead man. Better what she do it on the dick. I been in my bad, bitch, bad. Social distance, give me 6 feet. Go in the mag, get your toe tag. I'm a crash on me. I be the J.I.G. to the kid, the next thing to God, bitch, I be the GOAT. Type of niggas take the B out of blow. If it's up in the store, say the word, it's a go. Oh, you got grounds for the teacher. You play with me, bitch, I'ma be in detention. Mama told me better tell you what I want, even though I took heat, I'ma still pay attention. Real niggas really going to stink. Then I be the last man that's standing. Don't need a gas mask or a hazmat. I'm the buyer else if they planning. They know a nigga was coming, giving what they wanted, but I had to give me some money. They know I'm blessed and highly favored. I'ma still go fuck it up on a Sunday. Go at my mama, go at my sister. Just like my dad, I really be thugging. Drink like a fish, I got blow on the dish. But that right there, a whole nother discussion, whole nother topic. My shit, I'ma pop it with. If I say I got it, I got it. I be doing too much, let me stop it. Oh, I come back, balls, I'm rocking. I had some issues growing up, I don't give a fucking this shit made me a man. They say I changed up, I got my change up. Now my life will never be the same. White T and J, keep it plain Jane. AP on my bezel, Johnny Dane chain. TK on my digital, live I beneficial. Bitch, ain't my credentials, we are not the same. I'm blowing gag, going fad, do the dad dash on the street. She acting bad, make a dead man. Better what she do it on the dick. I been in my bad, bitch, bad. Social distance, give me 6 feet. Dope in the mag, get your toe tag. I'm a crash on me.
You going gag, I don't even know what the heck I'ma do. It's unbelievable. There's a lot of time where I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do, but you know they don't need you to.
Anyways, you know what it is, man? Nigga here, man. Big salute. I appreciate. First off, I appreciate that for your genre that you even remotely did 3 minutes and 25 seconds. You know what I'm saying? We all know there are many genres and artists, you know what I'm saying, today who, you know, tend to go in and you do the shorter, you know, songs or whatnot, which honestly are only good for people who don't really like you in the freaking first place and shit like that. I feel like, man, like, you know, as long as you do the work and you're not repetitive or sound like you're kind of bored on the track that you're on, right? If you bored, then why you on the track in the first place? But if you do a good job, right, you have an energy, you have a certain sound that is unique to you. Feel like you know, you have a good voice. The mix on this one is actually clean as well, so it feels, you know, like professional. And I would like to see whatever the video would be. And you're always able to get in there with the consistent, you know, flow. I feel like a lot of people are gonna, you know, rock with that one. So get in there, do your damn thing.
Please send your records to ThatDorkyReviewShow@gmail.com or get ready to die. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, that shit was, you know what I'm saying, fire or whatnot. And of course, man, you had a piano in the production, right? Right, which I always remind you guys, like, if you have anything that has an instrument that can be played alone, essentially, right? And then you basically rapping your song to that, right? Somebody just on the piano be like, hey man, can you go over there and do like, you know what I mean? If you could essentially make a song still to the simplicity of an acoustic guitar or piano or something like that, and then do like that as a performance, right? Like, people would, you know, absolutely love it, man. It's the closest thing to like something acoustic, you know, that people you know, fuck with in that way. Let me see. Stanley with Sweatsuit, you should be up next. Once again, if you're new to the show,
be sure to send your music and beats over to ThatDorkyReviewShow@gmail.com.
I know. I do love pianos. I love pianos. I love pianos. I love pianos.
Hey yo, Souk get to the Fetty Wap.
What's that mean?
I'm getting guap. Hoes send me forget-me-nots. You play too much Xbox. I'm playing around in my ex's box. Strictly fish scale on this scale. You out at Ready Rock. Shit flying out my pot. It's only 10 o'clock. He tell me that he dropped. I bet he not, I sweat them not. They hear sweat on bops and start to sweat a lot, cause sweat on top. They be kicking heavy slop. Ready or not, I'm taking this game over. Shouts to homie Shano, he had that gray Range Rover. That boy is a straight ogre. Hoes came over, I came on them, that's game over. Her draw dropped when my draws dropped. It's all the King Cobra. Set alarm clocks when the song dropped, cause the song hot. Corn pop ass rappers is dick suckers and ass grabbers. Dag nabbit, silly rabbit, these faggots tricking off a habit. Bag a bitch with outstanding tits, crispy like a Granny Smith. Your own family can't stand the fact you rap. It's an embarrassment. That just so happens to be a sentiment that I share with them. Bitch, it look like Sharon Stone gon' meet me at the Sheridan. Realigned her spine, wearing nothing but a pair of Timbs. I'm a shark in the water and y'all sorry asses barely swim. There it is, the difference between me and them. Get used to hearing sweatsuit everywhere you is. Your shorty loved the way I'm rapping, she forgot you ever did.
I'm trying to figure out how to put it in the chat. Back in this shit, matter of fact, you know what? You can peep a gun and package this shit and can't rap when it is.
Man. Give me a second, man. First off, I actually like that record. I mean, it's just bars, really. So it's what I put in the chat for those of you on TikTok. Hold on, let me see if it actually goes in, cause I think it'll just go out. Did it do it? No, it did not. Yeah, I'm trying to put it so you can see it, but it blocks it if I push that. It's paypal.me, and then that. Wait, it'll be that way for you. No, wait, no, it would be this way, and then Dork for hire. Dork for hire. Number 4 hire. Number 4. Dork number 4 hire. So paypal.me, and then you know what I'm saying, that right there, Dork number 4 hire, and you'll see my stupid face looking at you, right? That's how you know. That's how you know. All right, but overall, like, look, I like the production, right? It came on, and I was like, it's very freaking interesting. It's something different. You know, something I would possibly, you know what I'm saying, like to make a song with. It's not gonna be for everybody, not something necessarily for the clubs and stuff like that. And then for you, it's more of a just like, let me get on, you know, and spit some bars, you know, kind of record. I feel like, you know, I'm always an advocate for a full song, like an actual full song. Let me get a chorus, let me get, you know, 2 to 3 verses, get a feature to fill out that last verse if I can't do it, type shit. Just so we can really get our money's worth as a listener, right? I'm always trying to figure out that way to get us as artists, producers, engineers, like whatever you do, we have to figure out that way to make the money, the music that we make, like worth the actual money, right? Because these days everybody feels like they want everything for free, right? Like, you guys know, like literally we get paid kind of like ass sauce and with cheese when it comes to like the amount of streams that we, you know, earn on like Spotify or something like that, right? There's definitely a different thing that sort of like needs to happen. I've tried telling artists, like, you know what if we make, like, if you actually take the time to sort of, you know, put together music videos for every song that you do, make an actual like visual album project, just like you know, Tierra Whack did or whatnot, right? And then if you kind of put that visual project, you know, behind a, you know, paywall or whatnot, right? You give them the free sort of like snippet, you know, kind of versions of a few songs on the, you know, platforms like TikTok and IG and stuff like that, just to let them know that it's out there. But the full, you know, project for them to actually take in, right, both visually and auditorily, right? You can, for that first week, right, you have it on a certain platform, and, you know, get people just excited for other things like that, right? We have to show them that we're worth you know, the actual, you know, saying time and funds. Otherwise, right, it's really hard to even get people to your live shows and stuff like that. You said you sent the skip. Let me go ahead and check. Let me chickadee check. Right, let me see. And did you send to my email? Did you send your submission to my email, ThatDorkyReviewShow@gmail.com? Let me see. Yeah, did you send to my email? Let me see. Yeah, song is Ring Ring. Okay. Ring Ring. I got you. All right. And what were you saying? Sweatsuit was good. Let me see. That's fair. More of a throw together. You know what I'm saying? Should be more complete. Yep. And then thanks for taking the time to spin me, bro. No. It's all good. And Smoke Chapo, you know what I'm saying? Killers and Kia Boys, you know what I'm saying? Chris was saying. So I gotta remind y'all that when it comes to submitting to the show, it has to be independent artists only. Like, you know, some of you guys will come in and you guys will request artists that are already out there, you know what I'm saying? And again, I always remind y'all, we love them, but the freedom about our show is that you get to send your stuff. You can literally start rapping tomorrow. Today, you could start rapping 3 minutes ago, have recorded a song 5 minutes ago, whatever, man, you know what I mean? And then you can send that to the show. That's the glory of what we, you know what I'm saying? Your grandma could start making music tomorrow, whatever. It don't matter, right? And we love to be able to put you the spotlight on you. And, you know, if there's any information that we can give you guys to hopefully make your records better, if it's already dope and you just need to go on and make a music video and stuff like that, we will let you know.
I know diamonds are the things that you wish that you had, but homie, I'm playing old
Let's see what we got with this Ring Ring.
all up for grabs, you know me. I love gold. I love gold. I got a big stick of gold where my thing used to be just because.
All right, so we got Ring Ring. What should I say as your artist name to people? Right? How do I pronounce it? Because you may say it a very specific way. I don't want to get it wrong and stuff. So there's a very specific name you want me to announce you by. Schizo. All right, man. So Schizo right about now with Ring Ring. That's with a Z. Did that thing reset? I know we didn't have that. I know we had. I gotta recheck again my other freaking stream or whatnot, but.
Ring ring, oh voicemail, leave a message. Ring ring, hey, it's your friend Depression. Ring ring, 100 times I've been rejected. Ring ring, suicidal line ain't been helping. I've been trying to get high. Ring ring, ring ring, ring ring, even though I know it's not right. Ring ring, ring ring, ring ring, pills I'm prescribed just to survive, life just seems worse. Okay, I tried, not gonna lie, take some T-word, tell me lies. you do is like your ass on YouTube. Don't even understand just how you view. Girl, tighten up, I think she has a loose screw. Even your best friend is like you. Cool. Cooler, no freezer. Yeah. Attitude like a cheater.
He has the right effect for the genre that he's
but
in.
You're not a prince either. Can't go SS even though you're yellow like a ring ring. Oh, voicemail, leave a message. Ring ring. Hey, it's your friend depression. Ring ring. 100 times I've been rejected. Ring ring. Suicidal line ain't been helping. I've been trying to get high.
About this record, 1 to 10, all feedback is welcome.
On the other line, I say hi.
What playlist would y'all put this on?
Hit my line, I say hi. I talk to addiction. On the other line, I say hi. I talk to a. Hey. On the
what up, DJ Polo, by the way?
I talk to addiction. Hit my line, I say hi. I talk to addiction. On the other line, I say hi. I talk to a bitch. Hey. I say hi. I talk to addiction. The other line, I say hi. I talk to addiction. In my line, I say hi. I talk to addiction. I smoke, I pop, I drink, I resent this shit.
Drink and resent it. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do, but you know what, I rented a freaking music video back in freaking the day when you know I could've had done it. I didn't freaking, you know what, I don't even know what the hell I'm gonna do, but you sent this shit and you know what, I don't even know what the hell. Let me go over here. This is called Ring Ring. 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
Now, hey. I do want to say when it does come to the more melodic auto-tune centric records, right? I do have a sort of sweet spot for, right? The records where, you know, they'll use the acoustic kind of auto-tune, almost alternative record, you know, kind of vibe or whatnot. And then the overall style seems like it's influenced by, you know, like an XXX or a Juice WRLD or you know, something like that, right? There's certain vibes, you know, within there that can basically be blended very easily into an actual, you know, rock record, right? Like literally, if you have like a section where there's an electric guitar where all of a sudden, you know, it hits a little bit harder, you know what I'm saying? Like literally, I see that version being done in the near future. If it's for a live performance, if it's just simply a different version of the record. By the way, let me remind you guys, if you guys are true artists, right, understand it. If you're true artists, right, and just look around, look at some of the bigger bands out there, and you'll see them have many of these same things that I talk about, right? If you're a true artist, you know, you will think about doing those different versions of your records, because quite literally, I have seen those bigger artists, right, actually sell whole albums of them just live at a certain venue, right? And they're able to do that because they're performing it with like different instruments. They're like doing it live. They're sort of, you know, performing some of the songs, you know, but maybe in different ways, right? And, you know, there'll be versions of the single where they'll have different DJs produce different versions for, you know, the same vocals, or they'll have different, you know, performances, you know, on that one, right? You know, in that same way, where you want to see those different things. But it'll also give you something else to do and look forward to every time you go out and perform each song live, right? So to where you'll know, literally, if you guys can build a reputation where, you know, where if every single time you perform a song live at a different venue, you're going to be performing the songs that we know from you, but in different ways, right? So it becomes a thing where like, nah, we gotta go see him when he goes to this place, because, you know what I'm saying, I want to see how he's gonna do, you know, this song this time, yada yada. Should always be like a little bit of an elevation or something fun. Overall, melodies were, you know, decent with this one. 3 minutes and 30 seconds as well. You guys know I appreciate the time. Some of you guys will do shorter records, right? It's all good, right? It's all good when you just want to rush through some freaking shit. But I am never someone who wants an artist to rush out of their record. Unless you sound bored, you sound like you don't really want to be on the record itself. If we can't understand a lot of what you're saying, and we can't really resonate with the lyrics, and it is, again, if it's too repetitive, it will start getting boring, you know what I'm saying, after a little bit. And then those people definitely will want it to be short. But as long as you can do that work, and again, that's one thing you can think about too. Like, if there are some people that do feel like it's a little bit lengthy or whatnot, that's where you start thinking about, okay, so what can I change production wise? Maybe I should add that heavy metal, you know, guitar section, maybe a dubstep section. All of that literally will elevate the record to a different height, and it'll also introduce you to a different audience, because there are some people who are like, they crave that dubstep section of any record, you know what I'm saying? You know, primarily the records that are dubstep, but when you add it in another song, you know, you sort of have a little bit of a leg up, you know, for that audience as well. Good job. Let me see what else. You know, who are your personal influences and stuff like that? Let us know. We're gonna go ahead and jump back into Freeline in just a moment. What would you say? And in the meantime, yo, nail it. Keep doing your thing. Juice Vibes, DJ Polo had said as well. And let's see. You know, what were you saying? And you said the Kid Leroy and stuff like that. That's what's up. He only had one and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, the vibes, like, for the vibe that you're going for, it works, right? Like, we've heard certain artists in that genre, you know, you have the right effects essentially on there. You're going in and hitting the right, you know, tones. I appreciate your variation and that you go in and hit higher tones, because if you were only on the lower side, most people are going to say you're monotone, right? And, you know, essentially what monotone, you know, means in another way is boring, right? You know what I'm saying? It sounds like you kind of just woke up, barely feel like opening your eyes, and then you're just, you know, kind of trying to sing your song and stuff like that. But nah, man, you know, you got in there with a good amount of energy, so keep doing the thing. Let me see what we got next. DJ Polo. Hey, DJ Polo. You produce, let me see, What You Want From Me, Trini Ray. I don't know if it's produced by you and Trini, or let me know.
Let me know.
Let me pick you know. I don't know what the heck you do. You know I beat the know.
It's been a little minute, man, I'm hustling on the way. I got too many haters, man, eating off the plate. And I can't go complain, cause I got things up on my mind. If I listen to my demons, I won't never get to shine, no. They say they want the best of me, well look, man, here's the recipe. When I'm flipping on these tracks, ripping down piano They say keys. I'm twisted in the rhythm, every bar is like a circuit. Watch the neon lights flashing in the rearview, where's the detergent? Life's a fast lane, but I'm living like I'll never lose. Glancing at my memories, they flash up like a preview. Fast lane living every second like my last. No room for breaks, man, I pray I don't crash. Got a lot of time invested, stressing where the revenue. Been holding on the way, can't hesitate on what I'm about to do. Wanna help me when I'm up, you can't help me when I'm down. Ooh, I say it's no love lost, man, no love found. Ooh, I give my enemies on me. Been known to singing choirs, man, they know I get down. From Elburg to C-Town, man, I get round. Got the whole city rocking while the bass shake the ground. Every eye on me, I'ma live
lyrical magician, man. I don't tune your ears yet with this verbal ammunition. I got my eyes toward the skies while I'm dodging the fake. I keep it 100, man. Look, no matter what it takes.
You gotta hold me down, thinking I think I'm freaking scared. Look at me. It feels like the record is ending, like I don't know what is happening, man. You know I be friending you when you're thinking like had a song that you liked and you send it, thinking you know it. I had a thing that I don't know what happened to it. I been there and then like I don't know it. Why does it sound like it's low for this section here? Well, actually, I do feel like it's a work in progress, you know what I'm saying, right now, right? There are still certain effects and clarity that I think we would all expect from the vocals, you know, on this. Just things need to be cleaned up so it can, you know, sound a little bit more crisp, but the performance I think was on point. We have another record that is around 3 minutes of song, and you know, once again, I appreciate that. I'm gonna try to make a little bit of a cutaway or something like that you know, that acts as if you know, clocked in, you know what I mean? Essentially anything 3 minutes or more, for me at least, on this show, I look at as, you know, you being an artist that's willing to look at this as a full-time job, right? You know what I'm saying? Some, again, are just part-time job. What is the difference, right? Because if you haven't had you know, one of the two before, listen, part-time jobs is somewhere around like 4 hours or so, right? You know what I'm saying? A full-time job, right? You know, 8 to 12, you know what I'm saying? And 12 is like overtime, right? So if you're equating that to music, right? I always felt like 1 to 2 minutes is somewhere around a part-time job. You know, you're there, but you're not really there long enough to make like a full, you know, impact or whatnot. In fact, again, most people who have part-time jobs have 2 different part-time jobs. And so they're going for, you know, they're splitting their time in between that. Both jobs don't have your full attention, right? Thus, you're not able to make that same, you know, kind of impact that you would. So I feel like the music is the same way. If you sort of make it, you know, quicker, you're not really giving people, you know, your all and showing them what you could truly do. Because I look at a song, right? If we're gonna make a record at all, each song that we do is a test. How many ways can we, you know, hit a certain melody up, a flow, you know, basically switching it up throughout to show people what we can do. Same thing with the production, right? Most people will feel like if you just loop something, it's too easy. Most people will feel like if you just drag and drop sequences that somebody else made, it's too easy, and you're not, you know, really doing too much. So the skill at all levels is what we want to see or whatnot. I like the sound, melodies, and everything like that is on point. I just need the, you know, mix. Didn't really have too much of a problem with the vocals. You said Nice needs a better mix. I can tell, you know what I'm saying, certain verses were recorded in different studios and stuff like that. And I mean, that is something that we are dealing with a little bit, right? Like this era, we have a lot of artists who do collab. They are not only, you know, cross country, cross you know, everything, and we all have different mics and stuff, different environments that we're recording in. You know, it can be tricky to really get a proper a mix for, you know, each artist on those records, but
Trying to figure out like what's the give and take between each artist, and you know, what would you guys prefer? Let's say again, right? Let's say you have an artist who their mix is really good quality, right? Essentially with their vocal, and then you have one who's not necessarily the best or whatnot, right? Do you mix the good quality one to match the one that's not as good, just so you can have two that sound proper, you know? Or do you kind of just deal with one being, you know, of great clarity, and then one just being, you know what I'm saying, okay or whatnot, right? And I feel like obviously matching it is probably always going to be like the better option in most cases, but you know, I think doing the work to make sure that you get both to the proper, like the best level, is even better, right? So if there's an artist, whichever one does not have the best mix on their recording, right, we got to figure out what do we have to do to get them to the same level as the first artist, right? So if it's that the first artist recorded with a very specific mic or something like that, right? Okay, let's see how we can get that mic to the other artists, and whatever, you know, kind of setup or whatnot. Like, man, I'm telling you, there's got to be some kind of thing we can set up, you know, in different areas where artists can sort of do that or whatnot, right? Where you have access to like every piece of the same equipment, and if they need to sort of like match something up, you know, the place will provide that and go through. Let's see what we have, because there's, you know, I mean, it's a worldwide problem.
Nonsense and Sir Mike, this song's gonna burn like some hot sauce from hot ones in your eyes.
Very catchy.
Talk to an
When I wanted to
actual
sit in the
bird
bar,
like,
got
I'm
me.
gonna chew through this beat like a termite. Don't make me put you where actual worms lie. Don't like my old shit, I'm thinking you were high. Like me when I'm looking down at a bird's eye view. When I'm cool, better act like you surprised. Head to
I got a bird's eye view when I'm cool, better
view them all. All right, we got Rex with, is it Meme World or Mimi World? Mimi World. Mime World. Because honestly, have I ever spelled the word mime?
Mommy, are you Jimmy?
Did you get a confirmation email? Did your question is answered?
Yeah, I know 100 ways to go and get it. I'm doing numbers, check the analytics. Pushing my I ain't got a limit. Build a whole empire off the vision. With a little vibe, sipping, just chilling. She from my island out in the Pacific. Told me Guam lit, you should come visit. I'm a convict, fresh out of prison. Big dog, no, I ain't submissive. A lot of y'all just be rapping fiction. Pussy pretty, so I had to kiss it. I can't stand a bitch who be with the bitch. Snoop Dogg, put your boy in position. I'm the truth, so I know they gon' listen. Stack the cheese, but it's never sufficient. Calculated, every move is ambitious. A lot of snakes on the road to the riches. Keep the motion, I've been studying physics. They wanna know my secret, how I did it. Touch your nose, it ain't none of your business. Between me and you, it's a big difference. Real soldier, I done been in them trenches. It ain't easy, but I'm staying consistent. For pockets full, I can feel the resistance. I'm putting overtime, better know I grind, staying dedicated to my dream. And I'm so in line with the motion. I've been educated by the street. Used to clutch on a stolen nine, had a broken mind, but I elevated to my peak. Now I got open eyes, it ain't no surprise. I'm accelerating to the cheese. Yeah, yeah. Hop in the beam of the front end, look vicious. Back in better, I went through a revision. Touching plates, I ain't washing the dishes. Sold them 3 like a genie with wishes. 420, whole ounce in the spliffy. All this smoke, we gon' fail the admission. Next day when we mail out the shipping. Shawty raw, yeah, she got my attention. Hit the mall, let her see how I'm living. Tootsie pop, how she lickety lick. She squirt and come like a spiggity spigot. I'm making noise, trying to knock the cricket. Willy Wonka, bitch, this is my ticket. Fighting demons, I've been feeling like Riddick. Know my time coming just like the British. Yeah, yeah. Married to the money, yeah, I'm committed. Whoever started, I'm the one who gon' finish. No Serena, but I jump all the tennis. Diamonds hitting, that's a head-on collision. Red and green, Gucci snakes be hissing. Drip sick, take that bitch to the clinic. Triple X, so my shit be explicit. Got my own flow, that bitch efficient. Brush straight, but we just ain't clicking. Set up the microphone in the kitchen. We got them peas jumping like cribbing. Fuck Santa, got a clip full of Grinch.
Like he knows his song, man.
Molly rocks taste really acidic. I'm finna get a plat like the dentist. I put in overtime, better know I grind, staying dedicated to my dreams.
Yeah, right.
And I'm so in line with the motion, I've been educated by the street. You touch on a stolen 9, had a broken mind, but I elevated to my peak. Now I got open eyes, it ain't no surprise, I'm accelerating to the G.
Accelerating to the G. There's a lot of time where I don't know what the hell I'm about to figure do when everybody elevating to the sea. When I don't even know what the hell I'm gonna figure do whenever I go right. Alright. Let me go back in it. People be acting if I don't even know what the hell I wanna talk in it. Alright, let me go ahead and wait, did I actually? I did bring it back there. Video and record was proper. Didn't really have any problem with the overall mix. There was repetition in there in terms of the overall freaking flow and whatnot. So we do tend to have to talk about saying that from time to time, and in terms of always reminding you guys, right? Switching it up is the way, right? This is the way. It'll always, impress people, more, right? Sort of having a consistent flow is one way in, but I feel like in most cases, most people have heard that same flow like a million times, right? They've heard the same beat. They've heard, the type records. And so while there will be some people who will be in the mood to hear exactly, what you've made and other artists in that genre, there are those who are still looking for, something new, and that thing that sort of sets you apart from, other artists and stuff like that. So big freaking salute overall. But it's very professional. And part of me feels like, you know what it is, man. Every time you have one of those beats too, like it does make me want more of an aggressive, approach, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I always feel like certain beats, like you got to get into like you really trying to make a diss record, kind of situation, and an energy like you want them to, take it serious. And sometimes you guys will handle a record like you're practicing the version that you're currently writing and stuff like that, right? And you're not necessarily recording it just yet, but someone has hit record, the age-old someone has hit record, right? Someone has hit record anyway, and they just recorded that version. He was like, well, shit, I did it. I did my verse right there. I'm just gonna keep that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful with that. Overall, though, he put that time into the video and stuff. So big freaking salute. The Hustler, we got you up right about now. Funk Show Brothers, right about now. Funk Show Brothers. All right. That's not the name of the song. It's called Hypnotized. Hypnotized in your eyes, girl. I don't know.
Greetings.
That's that niceness.
Are you human?
I got a question for you though. Have you ever been hypnotized?
What the Hell nah.
No? Well, you're about to.
Alright, show me some.
Around the place, it's a lot of time when I'm floating out of space. I don't know what the hell to do, but a lot of freaking people know there's a lot of things that I gotta say. Got a gun, but they got no bullets and they gotta spray. I don't know what that happened to the robbery. We got away.
Is there anything in the bag?
There's nothing in the
Can I snap my fingers? You will forget.
bag.
But you forget.
I'm fucking exhausted. Matter of fact, you know what? I don't even know like what's in the box. Bitch, matter of fact, what's all this shit? I don't know what. I'm gonna be honest.
Are you human?
I got a question for you though. Have you ever been hypnotized?
I got a question for you.
Hell nah.
No?
A lot of random voices.
What the
Is there anything in the bag? Can I snap my fingers? You will forget. But you forget.
You gotta have visuals.
You gotta have visuals.
3, 2, 1. Throw it!
Are you human?
Are you human again?
I got a question for you though. Have you ever been hypnotized?
Oh my gosh. Okay. I do have to.
I do have to end it. If I make a dope song, a freaking chorus, man, you know I do have to send it. I will. So you know, a little bit of a different genre. You know what I'm saying? Overall, it did hit a certain repetitive, you know, sort of point where it just felt like it was, you know, going on over doing the same things. And it's a little bit of a toss up, right? Because there are different kind of tracks, right? There are ones that will use actual like song audio, you know, bites and sort of, you know, blend, you know, in and out, like, you know, remix style. And then there are those that will just use like the sound, you know, bites. The sound bite kind of version, you know, I don't always feel like, you know, it's sequenced in the best way time wise, right? And again, like without the visuals, you know, I think you sort of miss out on you know, just elements, you know, that you would probably appreciate, you know what I'm saying, otherwise, right? So if you could sort of couple the visuals, right, and every time something comes up you sort of change and add that screen, again, whatever you would sort of make as, you know, a visual that would play behind you while you're performing on stage, you know. But again, like it did have a lot of elements that I, you know, appreciated, but could also see better.
Here's Johnny.
See better.
Black Kooza. Lord Mixer.
Here's
The
Johnny.
non-mutual group.
What up, Prescott?
Lopsided off the Lord tabs. Cock 9 in the quarter sack. Chop lines, then snort it back. Pop mines if he's short a stack. You dig, might get shermed out and flip. Then burn down his crib. Slurp down the fifth.
wanted you to run it back. Matter of fact, I don't even know if rap figured it's something that people that think they running that seeking cool. And I like this. I want it to be longer, way too freaking short. As you know, I mean, look, 1 minute and 16 seconds, right? You know, spurts of information. Good for the short form, you know, platforms, bad for the long form platforms. I mean, it's that simple. And I like the beat, right? So it makes me want to hear it longer, as well as, you know, saying sort of other artists, you know, within your potential, you know, genre. You know, like again, like you go in and you basically kill each, you know, record, right? You know, you'll give us a taste, you know, if it's one verse, you know what I'm saying, and you know, 16 to 24 bars or so, right? Like we're still gracious, but I always feel like there's parts that are, you know, missing because of that, right? And you know, like in most cases, it's not bad if it's a part of an album and, you know, you kind of get to listen to, you know, the project in that back-to-back, you know, fashion or whatnot, right? When people are listening to it as that, and especially if it has, you know, visuals coupled with it, you know, there's gonna be a different kind of, you know, appreciation because it's a part of that project. But I've always thought about records as standalone as well. That person who only gets to hear one song from you and potentially their entire life, right? Why do I even say entire life? Just because I know, like I said earlier, there are artists who I have only heard one song of, period, and, you know, kind of never went back, never had the inspiration to sort of, you know, go and listen to anything else. You know, and there will be those times where like those artists do have to sort of get their song somehow in your face so that you notice that it exists, right? Whether that's sync licensing, whether that's, you know, making sure it's, you know, pretty much played everywhere and then it becomes that song that you know. You know, again, just figuring out how to market it, but also having that time, right? I've never been in the like I want to rush in and out and only give people that, just the very, you know what I'm saying, small amount, you know what I'm saying. And if anything, blend two or three verses. If you have like one if you have the same amount a piece, right, which is about 1 minute and 16, you know, or so, you should be able to couple a verse a piece each into one kind of like, you know what I'm saying, it sort of switches and blends into like a little bit of a little 3-song sampler, not 3-song, but you know what I'm saying, like as if it's you going from each piece. Anyways, I'm done talking because we're gonna be in this forever. It's a long time no speaking, you know what I'm saying, my guy Prescott. Yeah, Prescott being in the limb now. You know, I said I be in the cut, you know what I'm saying, working a lot. Was glad, it's good to see you back in the cusp. Let me see, Christopher Duncanson with Dragon Ball Z Energy. Let's see what we got. Next up, what up, Versace? There's a lot of time when I would try to whip it. Kinda wanna, I'm gonna restart, be right back.
Yeah. I feel the vibe every time when I'm around you. When I'm getting weak and I'm feeling that pressure. Talking to your body till I can't hardly breathe. Ay, I'ma give you that strength. Only so much you can take. You know what it is, baby. You know how good it tastes. And when I'm drained, only one thing I can say. Yeah, energy. Ay, I feel the vibe every time when I'm around you. Yeah, you love me so good, damn it feel like a dream. When I go cool spirit bomb, girl, you know what I mean. Your energy. I get a taste, yeah. She's my Miss Incredible, yeah. The way she stretching, got me stressing, oh yeah. She's my Mrs. Edible, curvy body, so good, face looking so cute, oh yeah. She's my Cinnabon pretzel, hot and fresh out the oven. I can smell you when you coming home, and I know how good you taste. And when I'm drinking, only one thing I can say. Give me your energy. I feel the vibe.
I got you, Fresca.
Around you. Yeah, you love me so good, damn it feel like a dream. When I go cool spirit bomb, girl, you know what I mean. Give me your energy.
Your energy is
when
cool.
I get a taste. Got my power level over 10K. Please don't make me wait no more. Girl, I need your love. I don't like it when you make me wait. That anticipation, baby. Oh, I'ma give you that straight. Only so much you can take. You know what it is, baby. You know how good it tastes. And when I'm drained, only one thing I can say. So good, damn it feel like a dream. When I go cool spirit bomb, girl, you know what I mean. Give me your energy. I feel the vibe every time when I'm around you. Yeah, you love me so good, damn it feel like a dream. When I'm done, yeah, when I'm done, you know what I need. Give me your energy. And when I get a taste, yeah. She's my Miss Incredible, yeah. The way she stretching, got me stressing, oh yeah. And when I get a taste, and when I get a taste, and I know how good you taste, and when I'm great, give
me the energy, it's cool. And don't let the time where I used to have no energy, it's good. Didn't know what I was gonna do.
When I go cool spirit bomb, girl, you know what I mean. Your energy.
You said won't let me send a file.
It
would probably open up the email client. Hold on.
You know what I need. Give me your energy. And when I get a taste.
The email is ThatDorkyReviewShow@gmail.com. So if you can send directly. You can ThatDorkyReviewShow@gmail. 3 minutes and 48 seconds, man. I appreciate that overall. Straight up R&B record, man. Like, I appreciate the slow jams, you know, a little bit more than the straight, you know, club-centric, you know, R&B songs. Just because I feel like when it's a club-centric one, you know, every artist tends to, you know, make everything a little bit easier, right? You dumb yourselves down. You do some of the easiest sort of, you know, melodies and, when you rap, you know, same thing. You keep everything, you know, mostly simple, unless you don't, right? And we appreciate that. But when it comes to, you know, slow jams, you know, these records, you gotta feel, you gotta feel the emotion that the artist, you know, is essentially, you know, putting off, and you know, I 100% feel like, you know, you resonate, you get in there and do that. You make it, you know, worth going through the amount of time, you know, with the record harmonization, and something that we can see video wise, you know what I mean? He always puts in that work, so not bad. Again, if you were just tapping in,
give me your energy. I feel the vibe every time
you missed out on that right there.
Yeah, you love me so good, damn it feel like a dream. When I go cool spirit bomb, girl, you know what I.
Be sure to send your music and beats over to ThatDorkyReviewShow@gmail.com.
I know diamonds are the things that you wish that you had, but homie, I'm playing old school games where it's all up for grabs. You know me. I love gold.
all right, we got a one song skip right quick, and we'll get back in the free line.
I got a big stick of gold where my thing used to be, just because.
All right, let's plop that in there. And again, Prescott, Missouri. He's on the YouTube side. If you like what you hear, now, read it in the chat. Let him know.
I've been waiting for this.
And hold on. Always plays some freaking ad. Right. Just want to see if it's a record. So it's Angels and Demons, Prescott, Missouri.
Trapped in the middle, nigga. Ooh, let's go, nigga. My life don't see a half feel for nothing that's living. I put my trust in nobody, wasn't with me through issues. I'm fighting wars with the self and it fucks with my mental. I took some losses, it's okay, I come back as a winner. I don't feel it in this cold and the frost got me bitten. My many snakes, guess my system immune to the venom. I ain't an angel or a demon, I'm stuck in the middle. I got some anger and some love, got me battling feelings. Actually, listen, when you hear me put chills to your soul, I've been to the road that got me drinking, I'm losing control. Bitches done fold and friends became a real foe. How can I live in this life? They ain't living no more. I'ma step on the envy, I'ma apply the pressure. Time ticking, the day tomorrow I might wake up a blessing. Taught me them lessons, that fire burns with a message. I ain't understand till the system took numbers and scratched. Why do it seem like this evil always haunt me? Why am I tempted like this when I just be wanting peace? Won't even give me no time, the reason I don't sleep. Angels and demons got me caught in the middle. Why do it seem like the evil always haunt me? Why am I tempted like this when I just be wanting peace? Won't even give me no time, the reason I don't sleep. Angels and demons got me caught in the middle. I will not lose myself to wars inside of the flesh. I can't become a victim, stress and give you bad help. I did some wrong, I did some right, got me calm and blessed. I said some tears got me dying inside. I'm all alone, it ain't no help, got me stuck in this fire. It's burning slow, the demons smiling, I'm screaming and hollering. The angels trying to give me comfort, I'm feeling so violent. And why I'm looking at these people like they be the problem. And why I'm deep inside this bottle like liquor gon' solve. And why I be so paranoid, I ain't trusting nobody. This ain't the way it's supposed to be, guess I'm Judas from the Bible. It ain't no giving up, was raised to be strong and on fire. I ain't no coward, I'ma face every issue with power. Refine myself, my sister say she gon' pray up about it. I get no sleep, I get no rest, I just stay up about it. I close my eyes and the angels and demons all around me. Why do it seem like this evil always haunt me? Why am I tempted like this when I just be wanting peace? Won't even give me no time, the reason I don't sleep. Angels and demons got me caught in the middle. Why do it seem like the evil always haunt me? Why am I tempted like this when I just be wanting peace? Won't even give me no time, the reason I don't sleep. Angels and demons got me caught in the middle.
Angels and Demons. What have you? Again, shout out to Prescott, Missouri. You know what I'm saying? On that, now he is often the residential, right? Live music artist, right? Now that mean like he was often the inspiration behind you know some a genre that I would then hear a little bit more, you know, as time went on, but like he was sort of like one of the first that I remember hearing, you know, within that. For those who are like, what is life music? Essentially, it can just be looked at as like, you know, that pain, that struggle music, right? When you could sort of hear an artist essentially going through you know, that struggle, that pain, you know what I'm saying, whether it was someone they lost, the trials and tribulations that they went through and have overcome, essentially, right? And often you'll hear them accompanied with and by beats that, you know, are very like powerful or, you know, sort of emotional in some way, where again there's no way that they can get on and kind of like just rap something, you know, dumb. They can't do like a meme record and not really, you know, and try to make people laugh. I'm not the artist, for example, for, you know, shit like that. Like I like, you know, to make artists, you know, laugh. But he's always able to, you know, maintain, you know, his style throughout. I also love the mixes that, you know, you get on records. You have, you know, pretty much consistent mixes, you know, throughout. And I've never really had to talk about them outside. There's only one time, and it was more pertaining to a, you know, one of your music videos that you had, because you had like audio coming through, you know, someone on the phone that you were talking to. And I was just like, you know, just, hey, make sure you mic people up, right? You know what I'm saying? And any occasion, you know, and again, let me rehab that conversation real quick. For anybody who's doing a music video, if there's sections of dialogue, right? That means where you and another person in the video are just talking, whether it's in the car, if it's on the street, if it's, you know, somewhere we're watching you talk far away. If you're talking to someone on the phone, always make sure that, hey, if it's someone on the phone, get the phone, like get the direct audio from them talking on the, if you have to just get them normally come to the studio so they can like talk on the mic and then make it sound like they're coming from the phone. If you have to do that to get it more perfect, do that, right? So we can hear them, right? But if you and a character are inside of a car and then the camera's outside, if you're not mic'd up, we're basically not going to hear you. We'll see your mouths move and stuff like that. It'll be very, very, you know, hard. So you want to be mic'd up. That way you can sort of have 3 to 4 different angles. You can have a camera outside of the car pointed in. You can have one on the left side out across the street. We'll still hear literally what you and the character are saying while you're going through that. One through the back, one in the back seat. Like, again, all those will help. And you're not gonna use all of the audio from each all at once. You're basically gonna use, you know, the straight up, you know, mic'd up, and, you know, get the visuals from all the different. You have to sync everything up, you know, properly. But, you know, being mic'd up, it helps, especially when there are scenes. There may be scenes where, you know, you're getting all this traffic, you're getting sounds that are just, you know, coming out of nowhere or whatnot that you kind of want to remove. There are, you know, different filters, plugins, different mics that'll, you know, kind of help with that, different things that you can put over your mic, you know. But if all else fails, you can always do ADR, like I said, which is having someone come back to the studio and re-record their dialogue, right? So essentially in Iron Man and any of the Avengers films, when they've had them come by and record scenes, you know, for certain things, often they'll have them come back to a studio and re-record some of the dialogue if like they have, you know, different ideas for a scene or something like that. They may, like, you know, have a thing where they're like, all right, we're gonna sort of change the scene to where you're looking at Peter Parker or whatnot, but you're gonna say this instead of freaking that or whatnot. So they'll come back and, you know, redo that and it'll be all good. He said, just submit it, you know what I'm saying, bro? That's what's up. Should be a neat free line. We are getting right back in the cuz. Appreciate that. Look, it was like just laughing right in there. And then, you know what I'm saying, LOL. Now, yeah, man, he got in there though. You know, great overall production, you know, a good mix, something that I could still see a video too. So keep doing your thing, man. You know, shout out to freaking Prescott, Missouri, you know, for being essentially consistent with, you know, his style. And then, like, my part of me wants to say, you know, there's like there are times, very small segments, where I'll see like a tiny influence of like Pac or something like that, you know what I'm saying, there. And I'm like, man, you know, like I feel like Pac would really appreciate, you know, Prescott, Missouri. There's something different about him. He doesn't sound like he's trying to be, you know, Pac, but he is a very like Pac-like artist, right? Real content, nothing bullshit. And, you know, an artist that I feel like can be for the people, the more, you know, records that like that you do. I've always felt like you were, you know, for the streets. You and like C Money Baby, which I think we've talked about wanting you to do a real feature, with, man. Man, I cannot believe I completely forgot about that whole thing. You were cutting that, Eddie Cuts, and myself and somebody else. I think a triple stack or something, right? Man. I don't think I ever got to hear yours though. You know what I mean? The one that you essentially did. People are like, "What are you talking about, man?" Listen, calm down. We gonna jump back in the free line right about now. If you don't know, now you know. All right. Listen, again, if anybody is wondering, or if they want to know my opinions on like, again, I haven't thought about going live and then like doing the whole let me update you on the Diddy case and shit like that, man. You know what I'm saying? I kind of leave it up to those in it and stuff like that, because
it's like damn out of bio, my.
You know, I feel like I don't have a legal background to be able to sort of like make sense of certain things for y'all. So I am not gonna freaking do that. However, I didn't think about sort of, what is it called? Hosting. I could host maybe some of the other ones that do go live. You know what I'm saying? Show them some love, and then sort of watch and react while we go through. Like, that's an option, but like, what do you say? Dork, do you still have Heal the Bay by Dope London or whatnot, man? Do you still have Healed Bay? Isn't that that's still online, right? Is that still online? Like, listen, that's a classic right there, man.
What we got?
You guys send that one once per episode. And just every time. Alright, we got Smoke Chapo with Killers and Kia Boys, man.
Yeah, man, that room I ain't making no noise.
Chasing down the picking people.
Yeah, man, that room I ain't making no noise. Buffet switch like two and 2 cars deep in the first one. The dick kinda crazy. I'm really locked in with the killers and keyboard. I think all these tipping got me in the trap with a friend.
Hell yeah.
Showing doesn't want I keep hitting my point. Think down on me, I gotta watch for the oink. I'm selling crazy moving time. Been selling these shits trying to get me a trap. Move like Navy SEALs, got the block like a rock. Put us under the jail if they run. They gon' try to rest life in the jail if they run in the strap. Showing dice, Mr. Seals, but he still got my little brother put me through here, but I still got his niggas see me, they gon' tell, so I'm giving out contracts. Yeah. You cash it in, you getting paid. Got a cut for the clan, I ain't talking cascade. So clean you the thing, I said hoes on the blade. Niggas sell some of the land, I'm tryna watch for the raid. I stay yellow and green, I can't say what I made. Could've stayed on my team, they decided to trade. Damn, Instagram games, I ain't with the charade. Nigga catch his ass, he getting crap. Crack they big homie, then there's no way to get a young that'll spin on the lift with no way to get back. Tell me don't never rush, shit is gon' fall on your lap. Get that drop, I'ma pay for a track. No groove was LG and wax. Say they caught him, I'm paying my tax. Last time they seen him, they caught him. Yeah, man, that room, I ain't making no noise. Buffet switch like two and 2 cars deep in the first one. The dick kinda crazy, I'm really locked in with the killers and keyboard.
Did I enjoy that 90s show? Did it do the original? Oh, we gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it.
Put me through here, but I still got his niggas see me, they gon' tell, so I'm giving out contracts.
And then back in it, though, hey, listen.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who are freaking getting naked. I don't even really even think that I'm taking. Yeah. Eating lots of bacon. Everybody don't know what the hell I'm
I don't know, man. Listen. So, how you approach that record, right? I'm gonna be freaking completely honest, right? You know what I'm saying? It was aight, man. It was aight, right? You know what I mean? Barely can remember, you know what I'm saying, many lines and shit like that, right? I don't feel like you approached it with that sort of you know, mindset, you know, like, and again, this era, like, I've had to adjust my mind, you know, to basically determine what an artist is really trying to do with each record, right? I feel like if an artist really wants to impress you with bars, with a sort of, you know, very specific, you know, flow, showing you that they can, you know, rap fast, different things like that, they will do it. They will literally, you know, get in there, switch it up, have different things. They'll get in there, you know, melodically different and stuff like that. Some artists, though, just want to create a little bit of a vibe. You know what I'm saying? Just be there. As long as they are in the background, they are fine, right? But they're not trying to go after that throne, right? You listen to that artist, you're not thinking, you know, oh man, they need to make a record with Crooked Eye. Like, you don't think that, right? He's not even trying to impress a Crooked Eye, right? Beat is dope. It's a vibe, right? How he's going on there and approaching the record, though, like, I wish, I just have kind of a wishful thinking, you know, kind of situation that, like, you would, you know, go a little bit, you know, harder, right? I love when an artist finds sort of like a good, you know, overall sample and a beat, but then, you know, there's that thing in a lot of our heads. If we feel like we can approach a beat a little bit, you know, better than, you know, what an artist sort of did on you know, the one that we're hearing, you know, there's a little bit more work, at least in my opinion, that I think needs to be done. The video, though, very professional. And you know, you guys give your opinion, though. Don't leave me being the only one. Just sit here and critique this video. Listen, it was very professional. I just want you to go harder with the lyrics and shit like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Featuring Mystical.
You can find me eating the beetle. And I got a legally needle. You know I'm a legally legal. Right? Legally needle.
You know what I'm saying? Tweedly deedly deedle. You know what I mean? Jam, Mystical, does it hurt to just rap yourself? Cause damn, son. My gosh. Artists with that kind of voice, like DMX, Sticky Fingers, 6ix9ine. My gosh. What's wrong with y'all? What's wrong? Buster, can y'all what do y'all what is your drinking regimen? I don't know. I don't even know what to ask at this point. What do you say? Seems like I got some great so thank you for reminding me about that. He asked, did I like that 90s show and did they do that 70s show justice? But for those who do not know, man, that Dorky Review Show, honestly, you know, in the terms of the name, right, I've always been a fan of that 70s show. And so when I thought about the name, you know, for the review show, a lot of other shows had a like a this or that, like a hot or not, or, you know, something like that. I wanted something a little bit different, right? The two things that I sort of boiled down, you know what I'm saying, too, was not another music review show, like not another teen movie, or, you know, that Dorky Review Show, like that 70s show, because I've always, you know, like that. You know, but yeah, always loved the cast, you know, whole, you know, storyline. I watched it all the way to the end and even almost was able to see, I can only say almost or whatnot, because we literally drove all the way up there. I was almost able to see an episode of the last season, the very last season of that 70s show when it was still on there live, but my girl had forgot her ID or whatnot, so we couldn't get on the lot to sort of, you know, get up there and watch the taping and stuff like that. Yes, I'm still slightly pissed till this freaking day, because that was the only chance I had, and then not that 90s show's gone and I didn't get to, you know what I'm saying, do that either. So but let's answer his freaking question. I felt like what would have made it better, because I did actually like it. I liked it. It felt very much like that 70s show. They added you know, some of the original, you know, cast and, you know, certain parts. They weren't in every episode, but you know, you did kind of want them there, right? And then you kind of are given that insinuation that, like, you know, one of the characters, potentially their dad may be like Hyde or something like that. Like, you can sort of, you know, tell that they're a female archetype of him. But like, you also feel like, damn, I wish things with him hadn't happened so he could have been a part of the show as well. Like, you want them to have everybody back, right? And for as many episodes as possible, right? It's gonna be 1 or 2, you know, or so, like, seasons. I think in most cases, most people that do come back to a movie or a show, you know, it's those original characters that you do bring back, right? Because it has that attachment to the older generation, right? So what was I thinking about also relating to that? There was something Cobra Kai, right? Cobra Kai is the perfect example, because again, whether or not you're familiar with the Karate Kid movies, right? The Cobra Kai show, it still had all the foundations. It gave you some of the history, and if you do watch the movies, then you get that much more love for, you know, what happens on the show, because it's a continuation. Literally, they will bring back the actors as well as their characters that they played in the movies onto the show. And then, you know, it brings everybody who sort of knew that, reintroduces them to, you know, newcomers. And then for the younger audience, they have the kids of some of those characters, or, you know, their mentors and things like that. And so it's a perfect way to blend those generations, right? And I felt like they tried to do some of that, right? We still have Red and Kitty basically embedded into, you know, most every episode of the show and whatnot. So we have that, right? We have that foundation there. We just didn't get, I think, we didn't get Eric the second season of 90s. You know, we got Donna. I forgot if we got, you know, Kelso and Jackie that season or whatnot. But again, like, that type of stuff I think is really needed, right? Everyone who has ever started on one show or movie or another, if you guys ever get out into acting out there, if you end up on something that where, like, people absolutely love you as that character, like, anytime they have anything, a reunion, a freaking, you know what, let's go ahead and revive the show again, you know what I'm saying? Show up. Just show even for a cameo, for something, just to be able to keep the life of that thing going. Even if you've moved on to new things, people have always felt a little bit of a way that Chris Tucker never went back to the Friday films after, like, you know, the first one. They always just hoped he'd be back for the next one and the next one and the next one and the next one. And now there's like one last one, right? You know what I'm saying? This is that chance. So hopefully we get that. We see no submission today, but what's up, man? Now, listen, man, if you said something that I recommend that when you guys send stuff to the show, right? Make a folder on your desktop or a list on your phone with the ones that I seem to, you know, really like or whatnot, right? So on the off chance that you do come to the show, maybe you don't have nothing new, but you do want to resend something else that you know that I did, you know, rock with, and, you know, you want to see what the, you know, the crowd, you know, will rock through this time, like, feel free to send that. But take those notes so that you know which ones, you know, resonate in that way. Let me see. What did he say? He said that, and that's how I felt when I bought Know the Product tickets and ended up not being able to go. No. Did your girl not? Did she do the same thing? My bro. No. or whoever, whatever the case, right? That's freaking crazy. And then what'd you say? Help the bear. And shoot, what other? You made me want to talk about stuff like this more. You know what I'm saying? You made me want to jump into podcast mode right quick. What are some other shows or things that they revived or possibly need to bring back, man? I'm hearing things about like Gremlins. I don't know if that's true or not. But we'll see what happens. You know, I think obviously we all want to return to form, right? We know that there's potential for like CGI, and like we don't know whether or not we'd want that, you know, in most cases. It depends on what they're, you know, gonna do, right? By gosh, man. Hold on, let me jump back in. Matter of fact, dog, let me jump back in. Matter of fact, you don't even know. What you say? You said also, if a track is being achieved sandwich worthy, can we confirm it was made with toasted bread? Yes, that is exactly what it is. Oh my goodness. All right, here we go, yo. Wait a second, man. Hold up. You know what? I gotta do a review for Final Destination, man. I gotta do a damn freaking review for Final Destination, man. And like I've been wanting to do more actual movie and show and all that, you know what I'm saying, reviews. My problem is I don't take down no notes. I don't take down no notes at all. I don't like go down and get like images for freaking, I don't prepare. I don't have time, you know what I'm saying, for a lot of that or whatnot. But you know what? I will try my freaking best, right? At least like maybe once a freaking week, something. I don't know, you know, we'll freaking see. But Final Destination, because I have been a huge fan of the Final Destination films for years, right? When the first movie came out, I literally remember being in a theater by my freaking self. There was literally nobody else in there, right? I'm like all the way in the freaking front. I'm watching this and whatnot. Meanwhile, I'm already scared of planes already, right? And so I'm seeing, you know, just the whole, you know, scene go down, you know what I'm saying, take place. And I think everybody has hit the same, right? That moment where, you know, they're kicked off the plane and shit like that, and then kind of like you see it explode in the distance, then the glass freaking breaks or whatnot. There's this like chill that just goes over, and you're like, bruh, you know what I'm saying, right? And then of course from there you see how sort of, you know, death works, and it becomes this like dope sort of like cat and mouse sort of, you know, how is it gonna Macaulay Culkin its way into, you know, killing this next person, and you know, and how and if, you know, that person can survive, right? Usually there's at least one survivor in most scary movies, right? And you know, in some of these there's potentially people who may survive, right? And then there are some times where everybody just, you know, just kills it. But seeing what's gonna happen if everything is a premonition, like what, you know, that's always the fun of these, right? So I'd say like the first one I absolutely, you know, loved. Everybody did a wonderful job. Second one, having the sort of like pile up, you know, accident as it's opening, which, you know, there aren't too many people who are afraid of, you know, accidents, you know, but I think they do such a good job at making you, you know, just no, they confirm, you know, that yep, you're scared of this, right? The log scene, everybody remembers that. Every single person who has watched Final Destination 2 will never forget that log scene, and you will always move to a different lane because of that exact, scene right there, right? And there are a lot of, scenes within that movie that I do like, a lot of the actors. 3, probably my favorite. 3 was probably my favorite. Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Had a crush on her for a long time because of that freaking movie. And then Death Proof, just solidified that, even more. Thank you, Quentin Tarantino. But the roller coaster aspect, man, everybody is, afraid of a roller coaster in some way or another or whatnot. But that thrill of, I know this is gonna be scary as shit, but like I'm gonna be safe. That's what you always have loved about most roller coasters. And there aren't too many, but it happens, right? People who have potentially lost their lives on roller coasters. So that 10%, chance that it could happen is always in your mind, right? So they solidify that once again. They make it, even scarier or whatnot. I think it was perfect not setting it in a real place, because it gives you that thought of like, like if they just put this carnival together, right? You could imagine like someone didn't put together the roller coaster, right in the way that they are supposed to. But I gotta go back just to re-see if it's something that's always been there in the movie in terms of, or if it was just built for, that day. We'll see. Anyways, I'm going through in my head just so I can end up at the end right quick, and then we'll get right back to these submissions. Again, if you're new to the show, if you haven't sent already,
be sure to send your music and beats over to ThatDorkyReviewShow at gmail.com.
If you're just popping up right now, I'm just giving my recollection of the Final Destination films, and then my thought of the newest one that we just had or whatnot, right? And again, so far, like the first 3 to me are, classics. Every, actor. And by the way, the third one, just to get back to that, I felt like it had potentially like the best, quality in terms of, just how it looked, visually. But again, I had a lot of fun with that one. I think most people tend to have a little bit of a problem with 4, because it was his first sort of like foray into like 3D. It was a little bit corny, more not slapstick, but the deaths were a little bit cartoony or whatnot. Like when you're reminded of the dude just kind of getting blasted into the gate by the gas canister, and then his insides, you be able to see through his insides through the gate. Again, it just different things like that didn't necessarily help, but I think they did that because it was in 3D in the first place, right? They wanted you to be able to have things that would kind of look interesting, if you're, sort of watching it in 3D, and 3D was the new craze at the time. So I get them wanting to try something a little bit different. Had it not been for that, I felt like they would have made a different film with that one, right? 5, I'm trying to figure out if I should even spoil the end of that one, because the end is so genius. I'ma just leave it there. But that one had some interesting takes on the franchise, different overall feel or whatnot. Not necessarily my favorite. Like my favorite thing about 5 is kind of the ending of that film. And I will say the most recent one, Bloodlines, man. Bloodlines. Hold up, Lavish. Bloodlines, man. I feel like it's a return to form, yet it's a fresh take. It's also a goodbye for Tony Todd's character, who's been in, most of them, in most cases. you know, and yeah, the thing about this franchise is somehow they've always been able to make, you know, most of the deaths like look real, right? So you're always like I believe that, like, that person just died for real, right? You always like have this just part in your mind of like, my gosh, like, how did they even do that? Yet you almost like don't want to know, because you know they did such a good job of, you know, making it feel you know, so real. And you know, I think what makes the film so good is that tension of not knowing how anyone is going to die, right? Essentially. And then, you know, thinking it's gonna be one thing and continuing to just catch that, like, nah, it's gonna be this, nah, it's gonna be, you know what I mean? And you just, don't know. And it always gives you something even better. And this time it's a little bit different, because you kind of like the characters that are dying, right? There isn't really like that asshole character that you like, man, hurry up and die already, you know what I'm saying, per se, right? There's one, but I'm not gonna tell you where freaking they're at, you know what I'm saying? You'll sort of get it. Anyways, we'll just leave it at freaking that. Final Destination, you know, Bloodlines did an amazing job at sort of being a return, you know, to form. If people haven't watched any of the other films and they watch this one, I feel like they'll get the gist, right? The whole formula, essentially, you know, death design. And it's a little bit, you know, different. It's a little, you know, fresh spin on it, if you're familiar with everything that you know has happened within the franchise. The other thing is, in every new film there's a new set of actors, right? It's a kind of franchise where, unless because of the nature of the film, unless they actually have some of the previous people survive and then end up, you know, just staying somewhere for all that time, essentially, you know, they have to continue to have, you know, new people. But I like that they can go in the past, the present, they can go essentially in the future. You can take it to space if you want, right? And still have, you know, this thing figure out how to, you know, get things done. All right, let's go ahead and get back in the lineup.
Be sure to send your music and beats over to ThatDorkyReviewShow at gmail.com.
All right. Let me see. Said probably too old. It's not what you're looking for. Wait, is this what I? Let me see what this was. Yeah. Okay. Let me see what's up. Do not play an ad.
In communities across the country.
In communities across the country, and the Dust Till Dawn spin-off. Man, Dust Till Dawn, man. Listen, man, I absolutely love Dust Till Dawn so much. You have no idea, right? It's another movie. Don't get me into a whole nother freaking thing, bro. Listen, why is there not more movies like that where it starts off one way and then completely turns into something else, you know, in half of the film, right? Like that is the most genius thing ever, right? Because it going from like a heist kind of, you know, robbery, liquor store situation, you know, hostage, you know, situation, to suddenly vampires, like, bro, like that. And if they didn't tell people what was gonna happen, like, man, like I could only imagine like seeing that movie for the first time and being like, what the, you know what I'm saying? John, what was it? Something John of Mars or something like that. Also sort of had a similar thing where it started. I'm just gonna go watch it. Go watch John Carter of Mars if you haven't already. Tell me what you think after. Lastly, I know everyone has seen the Terminator 1 and freaking 2 by now, and if you haven't, you live under a damn freaking rock. And I just mentioned that to say I love how the first one, essentially, she's running from Arnold Schwarzenegger's Terminator. he's a bad guy, right? You know, as a kid, I was scared shitless of him. Understand, right? You're watching this thing try to kill this woman, you know what I'm saying, within this movie. At some point, takes his freaking eye out, freaking his arm off, you know what I'm saying? And you're seeing it like it's real skin. As a kid, like, again, I was really freaked out, you know what I'm saying, about it. But I saw it, you know what I'm saying, through to the end. She kills the freaking robot, all that shit, right? And so it was dope to then in the future kind of see Terminator 2 and then be like, wait, what? You know what I'm saying? He's a good guy and he's trying to save her. Like, again, things like that we don't have enough of, right? There's literally only, you can count on like one hand how many good things in terms of that, you know, we have. And I'm waiting for something else. All right, Spikeman. It's called Island Dreamin'. Is Dojinshi. Hopefully I said that right.
I was thinking about your mom in the top, yeah.
Sitting in the club. Sorry, we don't read the lineup. We only read the skip line. If we do have one, skip line is freed up right now. The free line is open, as you say. Wait, what? I think he did submit though.
God damn it, anime.
Bro, what the freak, bro? Don't do that. So obviously it was more of a, you know, just kind of playing an instrument kind of situation. It wasn't speaking too crazy, you know what I mean? Nothing too bad, right? You know what I mean? Like, you gotta obviously just have a sync license kind of situation that you can put that to visually. And I could hear maybe like a Tegan and Sarah or you know, someone kind of like singing to it, right? You know, but it's just very, you know, chill, right? A little bit barren of life, unless your whole goal is to just make it something just kind of like chill and peaceful, right? If there's a whole instrumental set or something, you know, that's what I'd sort of, you know, play it with. But if you want to extend that, add like a bass guitar, you know, some other elements, right? You could really bring some or breathe some life into it.
Wait. It's Jay's too hard, right? Hey, yo, OT, make it bang.
You could breathe some life. You could breathe some life into it.
Yo, what was gonna mention all of the girls that I talk to, but I don't talk too tough. If she ain't riding or sliding, better stop that talking, give me that slop. Once again, all the girl move mad for me, and it's bad for me, I know. No one was there when I was on road, oh no, you know. What was gonna mention all of the girls that I talk to, but I don't talk too tough. If she ain't riding or sliding, better stop that talking, give me that slop. Once again, all the girl move mad for me, and it's bad for me, I know. No one was there when I was on road, oh no, you know. She looked tip there. I told her, babe, you ain't gotta worry about come round there with that swimwear. I be the back of the transit van trying to make sure all of my guys be good there. She want talk Lululemon, but she wanna switch it with Chanel. 2 in the back, 1 in the past. She wanna scheme wish in the back of the Jeep. Wish. I'm sorry to say that it's always on me. You talk about burdens, convert it, come put it on me. She got that ripple effect in the jeans. Her back shots be tempting in its peak. I've been in a trap and I can't go back. A million streams inside of this bet. Can't keep track. Multiplication could've changed just could've meant it, man. Capping rappers, talk about rappers capping. I can't believe it. And Jojo got bang, got teeth for the web. Jojo got. What was gonna mention all of the girls that I talk to, but I don't talk too tough. If she ain't riding or sliding, better stop that talking, give me that snub. Once again, all the girl move mad for me, and it's bad for me. I know no one was there when I was on road. Oh no, you know, bad one and she come photogenic. 10 sweet ones calling me menace. She want Prada, she can get it. She might get that flight out to Venice. I'm sorry, but buddy, I'm done with the funny. My money's the main concern. I was trapping in Hyde Park all the way Mayfair. Trust me, I was making it work. I be making that magic flag, don't you know alibi? She be Dominican, sweet like she's cinnamon, building adrenaline. Now that you mention it, baby, I'm turning it up. Baby, I'm turning it. I said, baby, I'm turning it up.
When I'm back in it, I don't even know what is happening. Matter of fact, I'm stuck to this freaking shit like a magnet. I don't know what the hell happened. What do you do? How it is? Anyways, what did y'all think about that? Big salute, 2 minutes and 23 seconds. You already know what it is. Something a little bit of a grime and drill, you know, record. Of course, very chill energy. Nothing too crazy there. Nothing too crazy. Feels like something we get a music video to. And like, listen, man, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you guys do approach these records a little bit, you know, like chill, right? Like, you know, I always say that, like, the slightly like you know, kind of just woke up, or right, it's the ski mask, right? You trying to rob somebody while you're doing the song at the same time type situation. And I get it, because you ain't trying to wake them up, man. You trying to, like, keep the respect while you still they shit out there, whatever, right? But I always know, like, if you go out and you perform this specific song, right, you're gonna do it with way more energy, right? The fans are gonna feel it, you're gonna feel it and shit like that. And so my mind always goes to, why not go with that energy from the jump, or do a half and half? Do like a, you know, where you do like, you know, at 8 bars a piece when you go into it, right? But you know, each 8 or 4 bars, you know what I'm saying, and within the 8, you sort of like go from the low chill energy that you have to, you know, something more aggressive, or building up over time, right? In every 16 bar verse, if you start off the verse very chill, you know what I'm saying, where you're at, and then when it gets sort of like to the middle and then close to the end, again, there's a little bit more, you know, aggression, essentially. As if, you know, oh no, he's standing in the 6ix9ine, like a werewolf, you know what I'm saying, type of situation. Not really, but you know what I mean, man. He said that it was something that delivered, you know what I'm saying, from the UK and stuff like that. Agreed. He's literally, I did not notice stuff like that. You said drill rap, you know what I'm saying, originated in Chicago's, you know what I'm saying, South Side, around 2011, becoming a prominent, you know what I'm saying, subgenre in hip hop, you know what I'm saying. Agreed. Let me see. And so, no, but like that, and that was something that I had thought about too, right? Because I think you and me were in that same boat, right? When we had started hearing like drill records essentially, you know, come out, right? I think for me and you, it was within this community. It was going to review shows, and then we started hearing you know, some of the UK drill and grime and stuff like that, right? And so that, honestly, that for me was the first introduction. I hadn't heard any other artists on those type of beats with, you know, the very specific, you know what I'm saying, flows or way of rapping. There's, you know, a few different alterations, but you know, for me, like, in my mind, I had looked at it like, no, like UK drill, you know what I'm saying, mentally for me was the first or whatnot. But I want to hear
some of the ones that they were basically saying, you know, started it all, you know what I'm saying, all the way back when or whatnot, right? Because I want to see sort of like how it sort of elevated. And I'm hoping somebody on YouTube has at least made a video, because there's always someone who's like, all right, man, this is what it used to be like when it blah blah blah, y'all. Take a look at this. And then right, let me see. So right, I agree. You know what I'm saying, nonsense, you know what I'm saying, I want to see that also. And what you say, yeah, lavish, definitely different, but it was history that was brought up to me. And then lavish was like, you know what I'm saying, it originally, you know what I'm saying, came from us. And now UK and US, you know what I'm saying, drill was low-key different or whatnot. Again, I gotta see what it was. You know, because again, like I said, very specifically, what I'm hearing, I heard, you know, with the, you know, UK, at least from it coming out and being, you know, any kind of, you know, popular. And then Lee Enz, man, if you remember Lee Enz, you know, he was sort of the first artist to sort of, you know, be from UK but not necessarily you know, rap on the drill stuff. So he was sort of like doing something a little bit different at that time, where like I think UK drill was even more at an all-time high. Or at least starting to get even more popular from what I was able to see, especially from the shows. But yeah, he was rapping on just like you know, club, you know, tracks, and just like making the records with like US sort of like features, and just like again rapping on beats that sort of, you know, we were, and I was like, I'm just like, okay, interesting. And then I had to realize, hold up. And then I had to realize that there has been a love for the culture in UK, like for the beginning of time, you know what I'm saying, essentially, right? Like that 90s style that you know, we know and love, you know what I'm saying, when an artist still, you know, goes in there. There's still been artists over there who's absolutely, you know, will still go into, you know, those boom bap beats and, you know, appreciate that part of the culture. So I appreciate all sides, man.
Okay. Boy.
Oh, hold on. Yeah. Did you just say yeah? I did. This is your free line submission.
Only one person, that's God. I be on my hustle. Everybody don't think I came from the struggle. Tell you. Okay.
It's Prescott, Missouri's free line. The one that he sent before was a
I came from the struggle. That bitch gave me muscle. I do no tussle. That fly from the muzzle. And body with struggle just to breathe. I say they love you, but really don't love you. But watch how they judge you just to see you lose. Ain't that they something? How people they function, but that don't mean nothing. I refuse to lose. You gotta watch every move. Stay on your P's and your Q's. Distance yourself from them people. Going around when they need you. Tricks and the knowledge that feed you. Everybody got reasons. Everybody ain't equal. Wise words that I'm speaking. Some possessed by them demons. I done walk through this hell. Constantine, I'm prepared to take a loss. I ain't scared, but I ain't taking no L. Stay away from them vultures. You ain't part of my culture. I done lost all emotion. Snakes all in the open. 45 in my clothing. Loose screws, but I'm focused. God will not lose composure. Better listen real closely. Capping ain't in me, homie. I don't ride the way only. Set trends, you can't come. Stay in your place and be humble. Watch how you speak when I'm on. I put your life in a slump. Over disrespect, listen. I'm just here to clock figures. You can't see how I'm building. I ain't showing my business. This ain't no movie, that's real. I came from the struggle. That bitch gave me muscle. I do no tussle. That fly from the muzzle. And body with struggle just to breathe. I say they love you, but really don't love you. But watch how they judge you just to see you lose. Ain't that they something? How people they function, but that don't mean nothing. myself, only pride. I put my past in the future. Everybody in against some loyalty official. Overthinking your issue, putting love at a distance. Never lose what is with it, a strong walking conditions. I ain't capping on feeling, I was trapped in conditions. System made me think different. Everybody against it, they ain't right, please forgive me. I was just trapped in my middle, mind clouded, no vision. Seeing life, that's a feeling. Living life to the fullest, I ain't living no bullet. I'ma just stay in my lane, I ain't need no hand. I'll be on my hustle, I came from the struggle. That bitch gave me muscle. I do no tussle. That fly for the muzzle. And body with struggle just to breathe. They say they love you, but really don't love you. But watch how they judge you just to see you lose. Ain't that they something? How people they function, but that don't mean nothing. I refuse to lose.
3 minutes and 6 seconds. Three minutes and 6 seconds, you know what I'm saying? Still consistent within the genre that we know him, you know what I'm saying, for or whatnot. A little bit of a different record. Was a record that he did release a little bit under a year ago, but still, you know, sounds rough and clean. Has a piano, right? That's something we didn't talk about when it comes to the live music, you know, records. Often it is accompanied by such, right? It gives you that, like, you know, sort of just a great, you know, piano playing something sort of beautiful in the background or whatnot. And then again, when you hear the tones, right, it disables just some random corny artist. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just go in and say anything. It can't, a meme rapper cannot get on those type of beats. Just like, you know, someone who wants to say something fun, it's just not gonna feel the same, right? You got to get in there to get your pain off. And, you know, Prescott always, you know, keeps it real with it. Also, again, you know, I appreciate the time, right? As I said earlier, I look at, you know, 2 minutes, 1 to 2 minutes is a part-time job worth, you know, consideration, right, when it comes to song length. And then 3 to 4 and anything above is a full 8-hour shift, and, you know, 12 plus, you know what I mean? You know, in most cases, artists literally forget. We want people to pay us for all of this. We want people to pay us to perform live. We want people to pay us for features. We want people to pay us for our songs. And we get mad that the platforms don't pay us enough when we put in however amount of work, you know, to our songs, and then we put them out, and then people stream them for a really good amount of freaking, you know, times, and then we still feel like we're not paid. Even like 500, 100 times for one person listening to our song feels like, damn, I should have got paid, you know, this or whatnot. But knowing we have to take, like, you know, 5K, 10K, like, even that, like, you know, where even if you pay for plays, it will not be freaking worth it, right? You're not gonna make that same amount of money, you know what I'm saying, back. It's not gonna equate to more, and the plays will be kind of faked. You know what I mean? It won't be something that you'll know this exact amount of people liked it. And the gist that, like, if I make it seem like a certain amount of people like my stuff, you know, more people will suddenly like my stuff. That's never worked. Like, I've always looked at something. If I see it has like 100K, you know, sort of plays and subs already, I feel like I'm late. I feel like I'm already late to the party and shit like that. Like, why do you need my help and shit like that? Like, you already got there apparently. And then if I play the song and it doesn't sound like it's worth the amount of plays and subs that it's getting, then you feel like it was faked, right? Because you're like, there's no way this amount of people like really rock with, you know, this and that way. Like I said, it really depends on, you know what I'm saying, what an artist does. But like I said, you know, all artists just put in that work and act like you want to get paid for whatever it is, man. I'm telling you, if I was able to run for music president, right? And I really I really hope there's a day. I hope there is a day where literally, and I probably won't freaking get it or whatnot, right? Because if that situation arises, right? If the situation arises where they finally can have, like, you know what, let's have a president of like different genres or music throughout every like 3 years or so, and they get to sort of dictate what happens, how much everybody's, you know, paid, and yada yada yada, right? I would love to be one of those, but I'm pretty sure like a KRS-One, a freaking, you know, a J, depending on if y'all still trust him, you know what I'm saying? Certain people, y'all, you know, no, you know what? Let's see what they would do with it real quick. But I always have these ideas where like, no, like I want us as artists, as far as it doesn't matter who it is, as long as we as artists can get paid. And if it was up to me, you'd get paid the more amount of song that you do, the more stuff that you actually add to it. Not saying add too much. What I'm saying is, if you are in the studio and then you say, I want a guitar, you know, player to come through or whatnot, right? You'd be able to make that happen. There'd literally be a number you could freaking call or whatnot. They'd send somebody by, you know, to the studio. They'd come in, knock it out, and they would be paid. You would also get a bonus on that because you're supporting the music, you know, community throughout. Anybody who does features, you know what I'm saying, together, same thing. The more work that you guys do and put into the song, right? I feel like there should be a bonus kind of reward in actually putting that work in, as opposed to like, let me just knock a bunch of songs out freaking quick, do whatever, like not really putting in that work. There are artists who like I've never heard a bad song from because I hear and I see them putting in that work every time. And like, without a doubt, right, if we had to pay per every time we played to listen to an artist, honestly, like think about what you guys do right now and how much of your guys' music would really be worth that. If everybody had to, all right, fuck it, you know what? All right, artists, you want to be paid? Let's go. Every one play, you know, is cost $1. It costs $1 to actually play and listen to any artist records across the board on the world, any platform. You know, how many of the artists that you listen to now are you still gonna listen to, right? And then what are the artists that are worth? Even if you get one play for free, right? Maybe it's 30 seconds or whatnot. If that were to change, that's what I'm saying. Put in that amount of work to where if that were to change, like it actually was worth it. And when we got in there, let me see. Nah, man, listen, you in there? Nah, man, listen. Nah, man, flip. Nah, flip. And then Ligo was like, freaking exactly, man. I'm saying no, even more. Sometimes you just do kind of a whatever record, right? But then there are ones where you wish you kind of had somebody in the studio like recording you, you know, with a camcorder, you know, visually. And you know, as always, ask yourself if you are essentially putting in that type of work or whatnot. Also, Rec, did you send something, my brother? Rec, Mr. Record Child. Listen, I'll probably run our thing. I think we'll probably be done for the night, but I'll run us in tomorrow. Hold on. Let me see what this is. Everybody knows about your mama.
Excuse me, mister.
Yeah, what's up? What am I looking for, man? Make sure you guys follow me on all platforms right about now. Funk Show Brothers. All right. Where did I put? See, I gotta make I gotta make its own folder. But here, we'll drop our thing. Shout out to everybody for getting tapped in. And we are
come on. Back, motherfucker. How to act on my tracks.
Nobody would vote for me.
That motherfucker.
Would y'all vote for Kanye?
Back, so I don't know how to act.
Who would you not vote for?
Tracks. I'm beasting you all the scraps. If we go in the battle, I'm hoping you strap motherfucker.
Who's your list? Who's your what artist I would not vote for?
I brought it back, so I don't know how to act. Been killing all of my tracks. I'm beasting you all the scraps. If we go in the battle, I'm hoping you strap motherfucker. I ain't the best, but I'm that motherfucker. Yeah. The way that I step in, I never left it, I'm too hellified. Real, recognize real, and I'm the realest you recognize. My ENT ain't for entertainment, that's enterprise. Forever live, a living legend could never mind. We talking time, I swear to God, I'm ahead of mine. Still killing tracks, it doesn't matter, whatever kind. He trying to battle, tell that motherfucker to get in line. Matter of fact, you need to practice, I'm coming out with some better rhymes. All I know is get up, grind, don't end up dying, spend a dime. The only going off that'll be going on is to go get a 9. Either come correct, watch your tone, and start using Melodyne. What's beef, it's what's for dinner, I cut it down to center line. On every stage, our levels too different, they will never intertwine. I'm here to save the rap game, and I ain't waiting for nobody to send a sign. Remember, I'm too far to reach, spit bars when I start to speak. It ain't hard to see, I can show you what you want to be, but you could never be as hard as me. This hip-hop, I brought it back, so I don't know how to act. Been killing all of my tracks, I'm beasting you all the scraps. If we go in the battle, I'm hoping you strap, motherfucker.
That's right.
I never left, but I'm back, motherfucker. This hip-hop, I brought it back, so I don't know how to act. Been killing all of my tracks, I'm beasting you all the scraps. If we go in the battle, I'm hoping you strap, motherfucker. I ain't the best, but I'm that motherfucker.
Hey yo, me and Record Chow stepping up while you stepping down. Always hated school in the past, learn my lessons now. Tried to be on top of my class, but I'm stressing out. Kids used to play freeze tag, but got weapons now. People see a body on the floor when it step around, bro. I'm high as hell lying down, I ain't left the ground. All these rappers sounding like some clones, no one left the sound original. Half of y'all sound like y'all wrote y'all shit with crowns. See, I don't be letting people control a dork, but I talk so much that one time I fucked up my vocal cords. Brought a taco truck to make tacos for all the cholos or Taco Bell is hella expensive and I don't go no more. We getting props like we work at a freaking movie set. This is like if Romeo never met up with Juliet. Chill with all the homies who probably ain't smoked a doobie yet. I'ma run this back like I wasn't ready to do it.
This hip-hop, I brought it back, so I don't know how to act. Been killing all of my tracks, I'm beasting you all the scraps. If we go in the battle, I'm hoping you strap, motherfucker. I never left, but I'm back, motherfucker. This hip-hop, I brought it back, so I don't know how to act. Been killing all of my tracks, I'm beasting you all the scraps. If we go in the battle, I'm hoping you strap, motherfucker. I ain't the best, but I'm that motherfucker. Yeah.
Had a lot of time when I wanna whip it, I don't even really know what the hell I'm about to do. I don't even. Alright.
Listen, if you guys have any requests for things that you do want me to take essentially some time to, review, right? I'm speaking of the movies and show, all that stuff. Some things, are a little bit more, time consuming. And when it comes to certain things like that, there you got to be on point with the detail, right? So things that I got to write notes on, I gotta know like what most people, would even listen to or not watch, essentially, in terms of those reviews or reactions. It's probably better that I do a review for everything outside of a reaction when it comes to those. Like, I've tried. I literally have done 3 or 4 different full-on, like, let me do all of these episodes, record my reactions, and then we'll sort of like edit, upload. And like, I could not for the life of me find the right formula that allowed me to, upload everything that I had, in full, have the right sort of like cuts in there so that, it doesn't get, blocked and flagged or whatnot. So that was a kind of horrible process, going through that. So I'm probably just going to do reviews essentially when I do, and then I'll just take images from certain key scenes. We'll sort of like talk about that, and we'll try to make it as professional as possible. But that, and then even the gaming, man. Like I keep trying to work myself up to, you know, do both VR and, you know, sort of other games and whatnot. But lately my PC is freaking acting up on me when I add more stuff into the Shaloo, right? And that sucks. So, you know, we go through these things. Record Child killed that record by the weight, man. You know what I'm saying? Got in there, did his thing. We definitely need another you know, record you know, together. It's definitely something that would be dope. And then what do you say? You know what I'm saying? Great job, y'all, man. Listen, we'll keep you updated on something in the near future. And I thought wasn't there something that you already had that you said you were gonna send me? I forgot about, but yeah, we'll see what's up. Tap back in with us tomorrow, and you know, again, I'm gonna try my best to like literally see if I can do a morning episode, man. I missed those, so we'll see what's up. Damn, if I do, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what I do. I may make it limited time in the morning, and then we'll come back later. But we'll see what's up. Peace out.
Bro, it's 2 in the morning, fell asleep and I'm yawning, waking up on the lawn, I'm seeing blue and orange. People follow me to school and copy me until I stopped and put my music on. I'm just crawling like a zombie, gnawing on the Nazi, probably in his uniform.
Have a good night, y'all.
Identity, homie, you've been warned. My brain is so...
My mom was a little bitty girl, and then she went in the street. My